We talk a lot about decorating at home, but sometimes, no matter how hard we try, we just can't get it right. So today we're going to talk to an expert interior designer and hopefully he'll give us a few tips. His name is Greg Natale and his style is really interesting. Our first stop is this moody apartment which is owned by Greg. So tell us what you've done with this apartment.
When I started with the apartment, it was actually white on white, and I wanted to make a dramatic difference. So hence, I've gone with the grey colour scheme.
When using dark tones, like in this apartment, reflecting light can be an issue. So a great solution is a stucco wall. Now, stucco is a combination of plaster and marble powder, which is polished to a high sheen. And what it does, it creates beautiful depth in a space, and it feels gorgeous to touch. From here, Greg has expanded his theme by using 4 main colours.
What I've done is I've used one base colour, which is the charcoal grey. Then I've used 2 highlight colours, which is the black and the brown in the timber. And then I've used one offset colour, which is the pink. With furniture, there's no rules anymore. You can mix it all up. So, for example, a viewer could mix their contemporary sofa with a black Asian coffee table and an English antique lamp.
In this apartment, Greg has used 3 styles of furniture, like this 1970s dining table and chairs, mixed in with the Italian-influenced Baroque chair and contemporary sofa. It all ties together by choosing furniture with hard lines, like this reflective coffee table, contrasted with organic shapes and curves in the chair and accessories. And this handmade chandelier from Venice is a beautiful touch. It's hung off-centre to anchor and highlight the Baroque chair. And because it's close to the grey wall, it really stands out. But Greg's dramatic apartment isn't the only example of his style. This terrace house is amazing.
Now, Deb, this is a house that I'm really excited to show you. This house is the exact opposite to my apartment, where my apartment was all about being insular, was all about, dark, moody spaces, where this is light. This is all about connecting the inside spaces with the outside spaces, and also the approach here is very, very, very minimalistic.
Greg, I love this wallpaper. It's my favourite.
It's fantastic, isn't it? The reason we chose this wallpaper is the wall behind is actually 2 stories tall, and so I just felt that the vertical proportions went with the vertical proportions of that wall, and also it lifts up the space.
It gives it a great feeling of height.
It does.
I love the way they've used this twig-style coffee table. It plays on the illusion that branches have fallen off the wall and into a pile. And these antler horns are beautiful and decorative, but at the same time are really simple shapes. And what I love is that they inject a personality into the space. Now you'll notice the shapes here in the antler horn is reflected in the twig shapes in the wallpaper. And what that does is tie this dramatic look of the wallpaper together with this really neutral wall. And another handy thing, at Christmas time, you can sing your carols under here. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Now, Deb, this is the owner, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. Lovely to meet you. Your home is beautiful.
Thank you.
So tell me, what was your brief to Greg?
The brief to Greg was to create a contemporary space that used quite a lot of glass mirror to maximise the light, to make it a nice place to entertain.
And Greg, as a designer, how do you interpret that?
Well, Deb, look, the first thing we do is to look at the planning. So with the typical terrace house conversion is to put all the living areas in the back, have bifolds, and they open up to the courtyard. But if we did that in this terrace house, it meant that these front 2 rooms would have been disconnected to the back. So we actually chose to leave the bathroom where it is. So once we knew where everything was going, we then started designing all the different elements. For example, the glass balustrade helps open up the space. And the use of the mirrored wall doubles the width of the terrace house.
And these large pendant lights are fantastic. In a small space, most people would be wary of using such large lights. But combined with the mirrors, they make you think the room is much bigger. But that's not the only clever thing they've done. The trick they've used here to completely connect the inside with the outside is that they've used the same tiles in the kitchen through to the bathroom, out to the courtyard, and up the back wall as a water feature. And this glass bathroom is minimalist and beautiful. The key to great design is understanding your floor plan and how to use colour, pattern, texture and shapes in your furniture and accessories.